All right. All right, folks, we have a quorum and it's 8:05. Let's get the show on the road.
Hi, Jack. How are you?
Hi,
Hi,
how
are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. You right, Jack?
Things you don't say in your portrait.
All right.
Oh, shucks, he showed up.
I'm going to call the July 11th, 2024 meeting of the Ocean Township Environmental Commission to order. We will do a roll call. Member Colton is not here. Member Janetti is not here. Member Gaudette
Is here.
Sorry.
Member Lutz is not here. Member Brannon is not here. Member Mamie here. Member Sermonti
Here.
and alternate Baxi is not here. Okay. Statement of compliance with the Open Public Meeting Law. I'm talking slower because Donna yelled at me. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the annual notice was sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster, posted in Town Hall and filed in the office of the Township Clerk on June 28th, 2024. This meeting will be recorded and available on Ocean Township's YouTube channel. Okay, we have swearing-ins to do for Member Gaudette and Member Mamie. We'll both re-up for another 3-year term, and if Member Janetti gets here, we get to do this again. So, if you will, repeat after me. I state your name.
Stephen Gaudette.
Jack Mamie.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States and in this state,
and to the governments established in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
I do further solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of the position of,
and perform all the duties of the position of
state your position,
member of the
Member
Environmental
of the
Commission,
Environmental
Township
Township
Commission,
Commission,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
All right, congratulations for another term. Okay, we have 2 sets of minutes for approval. We have our April 2024 and May 2024. Yeah, and then just return those to Jesse when you get a chance. Or you can give them to Donna. Donna can get them to Jesse. 2 sets of minutes. Anyone have any comments, concerns, questions?
No comments. no
All right,
concerns.
so I have a motion. I will make a motion to approve both sets of minutes. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Jack. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I was only here for April, so I guess.
So
I can't
you're
really
on the-
abstain for
all right,
everything.
so-
Abstain from that.
Gotcha.
And any opposed? Great.
Question, was there a town hall meeting tonight as well?
There was.
Everyone's here, okay.
Yes, there was a town hall meeting tonight, and I'm sure that you can guess why people were here.
That is very quick.
Yes, because they didn't catch the notice.
We need pen.
All right. Let's get into our agenda. Environmental Commission website. We have no updates on that. The tree ordinance, I just heard, and Member Gaudette is our liaison from the Shade Tree Commission this evening. Apparently, our tree ordinance was approved by DEP,
Yes.
signed off on.
Signed off on it.
We are in compliance.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are one of the only ones in the state.
And probably one of the small numbers that actually have
Yeah.
effective ordinance.
Yes, I'm very excited by this.
Very
After
impressed.
all of the, what, 3 years that we've been doing this, that not only did we get it in place, but it met DEP standards and we did not have to start all over again, I am thrilled.
Wow. That calls for a celebration.
Yes. We should go plant some trees.
Yeah.
Or turn them into wine.
Or turn them into wine. That
You could
is,
plant them in the shape of a wine glass that you can only see from space.
Well, as the lady was here, she applied the drums over the top of them.
Listen, I think that the drone surveys are a great idea for the trees, for a canopy, right? We haven't had a full canopy assessment in
Over a decade.
years, pre-Sandy.
So I know this is a little off, but the new planning shade commission, I don't know what it is, I guess, a subcommittee,
Mhm.
ultimately. I'm actually like trying to get in touch with someone in the county to see, because they offer this GIS service where they show topography of, the overlays in Monmouth County. So I'm trying to see if they have something for a tree canopy, if they have some kind of shading option on an aerial to show us, percentage, just because we're focusing on like the 330, 300 rule, which I'm sure you're privy to. So if you know anything about that, please let me know, because I'm trying to get answers.
Well, at the Shade Tree Commission, there was a woman from a company that was just talking literally 2 minutes
That
ago.
was here.
Yeah.
Well, she was up
I-
there.
She was up- yeah.
So I can like rewatch that
Yeah.
meeting. Okay.
And
great.
Donna's going to send out the information.
Oh, well then,
Yeah.
good, I don't even need to.
Yeah.
I would think that would be a useful thing on a major
There's also no
commercial development
how
to,
recent the
once
county
we
standard
come
is
through
either.
and have to take
True.
a bunch of aerials.
We just had Davidson, Davies, someone
Davies.
came, yes. But obviously they didn't do canopies, but sorry to,
No, that's
I heard
that's
canopy and I was
important.
like, that word's been a trigger word all week.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And actually, if you want to, it's not on the agenda because I forgot that I wasn't sure that it started yet, but you want to
Yes.
give a brief update on that committee and just,
Yeah, we have, a member from pretty much every major, we have school teachers, a township employee, and then representation from planning board, zoning, shade tree, et cetera, environmental commission. And, ultimately, our first meeting was about tree canopy, and we're hoping, if there's not a count or an option to see what percentage is covered, we could apply for grants. So it was a very light meeting, but that's one of our objectives, so
awesome.
aligns with this for sure.
Yes, definitely. All right, so we're good on trees for a while. I think we can like maybe take this off of our agenda. We have
Canopy study might be something that we could find a grant for.
Yeah,
yeah. And again, I say this every year. I am conflicted out, so I cannot participate. But there's always the ANJAC grant that comes out every year. And I think the cycle will be opening again, either towards the end of the year or very early in 2025 for a grant that we could apply for.
mhm.
As I say, I went to school to become an engineer, and now I are one. Not a good writer.
Well, the town has a grant writer on retainer that we use, Millennium Strategy. So if there's any grants that we want to apply for, it is an easier lift for us because,
Yeah.
Well,
You
for
just have
years we had
execute.
Ken.
right. Yes. All right. So next on our agenda is the stormwater ordinance. So there's been a lot going on with stormwater at the state level. Part of it was the MS4 permits or tree permit or tree ordinance. That's what we've been talking about. And this week I'm blanking on the acronym because there's the real flooding acronym from DEP. There's a new set of standards that just came out that address flooding and residential flooding and all of that. So we had been working for a while on the Sustainable Jerseys model stormwater ordinance. It creates my favorite thing about it, there were a lot of things that were good about it. It created a minor development trigger, right, for stormwater remediation that hasn't really gone anywhere. But now that the landscape in the last, let's call it 4 years, has dramatically changed, both in terms of the regulatory schemes from the state, but also in the practical experiences that we are now having with flooding in ocean, right? Those two storms we had in August and September last year, I think opened a lot of eyes to the reality of what flooding looks like in ocean and will look like going forward. I think it's time that we revisit this in a more serious way, because I don't think we're, please note on the record, member Brandon has arrived.
A rib.
that we look and see how we can incorporate these new rules into what we're doing. But also, I mean, again, that we've pitched the enhanced stormwater ordinance at least 3 times. It hasn't really gone anywhere. So maybe now it's time to try something else.
Did you just watch the webinar that we were required to watch the 45-minute? Because I feel like you're testing us, and I should know that.
I know. And to be fair, that is, I have it set on my calendar for Saturday morning. We eat my coffee, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to watch it.
So you know,
yes.
You know what to look for. Report back with that.
Yes.
That's a planning.
It is a planning board.
Oh, it is.
That's what I'm saying, right? That was never a requirement before. Now it is. The regulatory landscape has changed, that they're understanding that this is something that we need to take a closer look at. And since a lot of municipalities were dragging them, and not Ocean has been doing better than a lot of other towns on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, every time it rains, it's bad. Even we have the daytime, the sunshine flooding in Seabright and Long Beach Islands, like it's real.
Yeah.
And it's something that needs to be addressed. So I think one of our goals for the fall is, once we go through these trainings and we have a better sense of what the new DEP regs look like, we can start thinking about how do we address that in town. The Brookside project, Mary, I see that you joined us, and I was hoping you would tonight, because I'm not sure that anyone else caught this, but Mary has stepped down as an official environmental commission member, but with the proviso that she wants to stay involved on the issues she's been working on, including the Brookside project. So, Mary, if you're there and you have an update for us, we'd love to hear it.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know what just happened, but okay. First of all, I want to let you know that I just was sitting here and remembered that the meeting was scheduled for tonight. I didn't get the usual notice, and I did ask if I could be on as an associate, because associates get meeting notices, so maybe I could be added to that list from now on.
Yes, so let's do that. Donna is giving me the thumbs up that you can absolutely be added, but I think we do need to take a formal step to make sure that you are an associate member, as has been our custom. And you have attended more than 3 environmental commissions in your time here in town, have you not?
I've attended for many years, almost regularly.
Yes, that's my point, Mary.
More like 3 years. No,
But I didn't hear the second part that you said. What else did I have to do?
Nothing. We need to take a vote to make you an associate member. So I will make a motion to make Mary Johnson an associate member of the Township of Ocean Environmental Commission.
And I can see all your arms, so.
All right. So I made the motion, seconded by Member Gaudette. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Okay, thank you. I have a little bit of hopeful news on that. I finally reached Jeff, or Greg, whatever the engineer's name is, and he basically told me that he is now working with another resident who backs on Snell Pond, one of my neighbors, and the neighbor sent us all a letter saying the progress that he's made. And the one obstacle is that many of the houses backing on the pond, well, not many, but a number of them, are owned by absentee landlords. So Eric is now in the process of trying to reach them to get their signatures too.
Okay.
This is a very long, drawn-out process, but that's what's happening on it now.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep waiting. Eventually we'll get it done. The next item on our agenda is the community energy plan. So we voted on submitting an application for the community energy plan. It was submitted. We have not heard back yet. We should hear. I was expecting to hear back by tonight, so stay tuned. We should be hearing back very shortly on whether or not we got that. And once we do, then we can work on the next steps for implementing that grant. On to new business. So I had a long conversation with our town manager about the powers of the Environmental Commission. I learned some new things. Apparently, we have the ability to appoint liaisons to other environmental commissions or other municipalities that don't have to go through the governing body. We can do it on our own, which was kind of cool.
More powerful than you
Yeah,
thought.
yeah. And I had talked to Miss Baxi about her being the liaison to Tinton Falls on our behalf. And unfortunately, she's not here. I don't want to, voluntold her.
She's not here.
But I would like to make her the liaison to Tinton Falls.
Makes
This
sense.
is,
Geographically, she's right there.
right. And she's the one who brought it to our attention and has been the champion for that part of town on the issues with the reclamation center. So I think we'll take a formal vote on it once she's here. But that's the plan, unless anyone has any other concerns, or if anyone wants to be appointed somewhere else, we can stand out across Monmouth County.
Right? That's so cool.
Yeah.
I stop at Monmouth.
Good point.
Yeah, I hear Charleston, South Carolina needs some help these days. Or no, I'm sorry, Houston. Houston really needs it. All right, so our recycling contest, one of our work plan items that we haven't gotten to yet that I wanted to discuss tonight, and we'll discuss more in August, and we'll hopefully have something ready to roll out in September, is we had talked about doing a contest for a recycling video for students from Ocean Township. The issue that we're trying to address is residents, members of this committee included, do not know everything that can or cannot be recycled. So we would like to put a challenge out to the students at the intermediate school or the high school or both, and see if they can come up with some sort of video ad to raise awareness that we could put on the municipal channel or on our YouTube or both, so that residents can see what they can recycle, raise awareness, make sure that we're not throwing things out that we shouldn't be, or vice versa. So I would love to hear some ideas of, one, what we could offer them as a reward. Two, some ideas for what the parameters of it are going to be. Do we have a link? Do we have just a list? Do we want anything else? I think this is a great opportunity to get students involved, and we have the need identified. So let's start kicking the tires on some of the structure on this. So love to hear some ideas. Mary's got her hand up, so we'll start with.
Maybe you said it and I missed it, so I apologize, but what school level are we having the contest for?
So it could be middle school or high school. That's one of the things we should determine. Do we want to open it up to everyone? Do we want to narrow it? Do we want to do two different ones?
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Well, I would suggest that we open it to high school students because at that point in their lives, they're very close to adulthood, and if nothing else, it will be educational for them. But they also will have access and use to some more sophisticated technology, probably than many of us are aware of at this point. Apologies if somebody works in the field, but for they're always coming out with a lot of new things, and it amazes me what the older teenagers can do now, and that might be very effective in creating a video.
So there was a comment about using AI. Is that something that we want to address in contest rules? Do we want to eliminate the use of AI?
But how can we tell?
I don't know.
I mean, we could put it in the rules.
Having listened to some graduation speeches, the ones that were written in AI by predominant speakers were very obvious.
Yeah.
The phrasing kept repeating itself, slightly changed, but it was.
But won't it just come out in the judging?
Yeah.
I mean, either we like it or we don't like it, and if it was generated by AI and we like it, and it gets the point across.
At
Fair
this
enough.
level-
I mean-
At this level, doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I agree on using it also because it is
guidelines.
going to be used
Hold on one
constantly.
second, Mary. Jack, and then Mary.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I can't hear the voice that well. I apologize.
Go on, Jack.
I would say put it into context guidelines that AI tools are highly discouraged.
Okay.
Why though?
Because I feel like people should really connect with it, and you don't
Like research it themselves, not like just plagiarize.
Yeah, like well, when,
If we don't like it, we won't like it, right?
For what they're reading, so you know. Why I don't like do all that. Like what you just like say to your phone, like make a recycling video.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely.
God.
Yeah.
I'm like in the
And it'll be a pretty good video.
Listen,
Shall
I mean,
see.
in Adobe, you can be like, I want to see a chipmunk surfing while drinking lemonade, and it will create a picture of a chipmunk surfing with
No
lemonade.
way.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you're missing out on?
Seriously. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Actually,
It's
no.
different, really,
Wait,
but-
no. There's actually a really solid, not for the reasons you said, there is an environmental reason not to use AI, because the AI energy consumption is through the roof.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can include that. Like,
you
it's
can't
not a
use-
hard rule. It is discouraged
AI
because AI
AI
is
tools are discouraged because of their environmental impact.
to yes.
Yeah. All the electricity that's
Very.
generated to power them.
Oh, Mary.
Mary.
I speak against that. I think that it's like a lot of things that may not be the greatest for the environment, but they're here to stay. And if we word it so that AI can be used, but a reminder that this does consume a lot of energy, and this is an environmental project, and so it needs to be used with that in mind, and maybe even an explanation of why you're using it and why it's justifiable to use it. Again, I feel like the younger people who are more familiar with what comes out yesterday practically may have answers for that. And I think it would be good to hear that since it's going to be around.
We could use AI to create the rules.
We could use AI to create the
But I think it is good. I think it's worth it to put the statement in there. It's
Yeah.
discouraged.
Okay.
Yeah. I think for a reward, a proclamation by the town council would be nice for a high school student, and they can include it in their college applications. Letter of recommendation from the environmental commission, recognition of them, of their work.
Letter of recognition.
And maybe some kind of gift card, either to like a bookstore or something like that.
GameStop.
GameStop.
Amazon.
Buy
You have a lot of
them,
fun with this.
just buy them one share of GameStop, it'll be at 600 member.
We're 60, right?
Right.
-6.
Yeah.
I mean, we can also see if there's any groups in town that want to donate a prize,
Yeah.
and get some recognition for it.
Wouldn't it be nice if someone would donate an electric car?
They're high schooler. What are
Well,
you
if
gonna do in
they're
the like?
seniors.
Yeah. What if the freshman wins? Just
I guess their
Just gotta
parents
wait.
can drive it for 3 years.
all right. So I like that. I like the proclamation, the letter of recommendation, and we can do some more research on donating a prize. But donating the prize gets me thinking about our recycling company, and who we want to have on the judging committee. Because the key to this is it has to be technically accurate, right? We are creating something to raise awareness. It's not just a one-off for the sake of doing a one-off. Like, we want something out there to help educate residents. So we need someone from the recycling center on the judging committee to make sure that it's accurate.
Someone from Public Works, maybe.
Yeah, he's on the subcommittee, I can ask him. What's his name?
Higgins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone
he's
from the Environmental Commission,
our recycling. What'd you say, Mary?
Someone from the
someone
EC.
from the Environmental Commission.
Someone from the green team.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be you. You have members.
Delegate, Jeff, delegate.
Should we ask the mayor, the town manager, or both? I don't want to get too unwieldy, so.
So
No.
the mayor, then.
Yeah.
You probably don't want more than 4 or 5.
Yeah, all right, so
I wouldn't even put the mayor.
Well, who's our
someone
lead?
from the governing body, how's that?
Yeah.
Remember, this
We
is
can ask the mayor who he wants.
I just remember that.
So that's a member of the governing body, someone from the recycling center, a member of DPW, a member of the EC, and a member of the green team. That is a 5-person.
I have one more suggestion.
Yeah, Mary.
We should look for one citizen who has no connections with the Environmental Commission or anything like that, and get them as a judge also, looking at whether or not, as just a regular person, they see that this would have an impact.
Okay. Citizen. I was going to say Citizen Kane, but that doesn't really work, does it?
Man on the street.
Yeah.
Now we're at an even number.
Speaking of, back in the day when residents came and asked questions at, planning board hearings and zoning board hearings when they had concerns, that is when residents actually got appointed to these positions because, you showed such interest. So perhaps, a lot of
You keep
people come
showing
in
up.
front of us that are so environmentally conscious and concerned for anything. So, I think of a few people from our last meeting that, we could ask if they'd like to vote on.
Maybe not.
They have opinions?
Yeah, so I mean,
I've never
See, they
wanted
wanna
to
volunteer
gavel.
their
This
time.
meeting last
No.
the planning
Oh,
board,
planning board.
yeah.
I need to have a talk. We need to gavel.
We can watch it.
Yeah.
I don't want to expand the group too much, and I realize Mary's point was someone who's unaffiliated, that
Mhm.
just so we make sure when the general public sees
They get
this,
the
that they get the
Yeah.
message. But if you're looking to get back to an odd number, maybe somebody from the Deal Lake Commission.
Yeah.
That is good. The John.
A non- yeah. Yeah. I think that's good. And that gets us back to an odd number. So I like that.
So
All
do we
right.
have 9 people as judges now?
What?
So do we have 9 judges now?
7.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
we were just like the Supreme Court. I thought we were up there.
All right. So just to recap my notes, we want to limit it to high school students. It's going to be a video project. We're going to include a statement about AI and its energy use. The reward is going to be a proclamation from the town council and a letter of recommendation from the EC for their college applications, whatever they want. Also look for a prize to get donated. We'll have a 7-member judging panel, governing body, recycling, DBW, EC, Green Team, Citizen on the Street, and the Deal Lake Commission. How long do we want to give them? If we announce it in September, do we want to give them 2 months, 3 months?
I would do it like before the holidays.
I would agree. Early
Also-
November.
October, maybe before we break for Thanksgiving, we do it like mid-Thanksgiving,
Yes, in the middle of dinner. In the middle of dinner, we're going to carve the turkey and
Mid-November.
stop.
I'm sorry, guys, I've been going since 5 a.m. Like,
Is that winter turkey?
Well, also, if a senior wins, they will need that letter of recommendation in time for the college application.
Yeah, good point.
yeah, so
So-
maybe by Halloween.
So remember, Brandon is someone who's gone through the college application process more recently than anyone else. What is the timeline for applications right
If
now?
we're doing early decision, I think it's November 1st, maybe?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Well, why couldn't we announce it right at the beginning of school and say they're due by October 15th, and we can announce a winner by November 1st?
Sure, 6 weeks.
Yeah,
That's-
we're really gonna have to target, people to do it. Like, I hope,
Actually,
get
what we
some,
probably should do.
interest
is
in
something-
competition.
Well, I think that helps.
Heads up out before school
Yeah,
And maybe
true.
we
Could
could
we-
get a nice prize to really get the juices flowing. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think that's what's gonna motivate kids.
Could we
Yeah,
give
and-
them until the end of October? Because putting together a video of this sort, I think will take, in order to do a really good job, it may take longer, especially since at the beginning of September, they're going to be very occupied with gathering all the supplies and books that they need.
Yeah, I agree. And especially if it's all high school, then it could be a junior possibly that wins and hasn't even applied yet, so.
So if we gave until the end of October, we could still, have the judges ready to go, and we could have the decision by the first week in November.
Motivated seniors.
Jobs.
All right, so let's,
I do think we need like 8 weeks minimum.
yeah, okay. So, but we'll still do it at the very beginning of the year.
Right, and then maybe somehow towards the end of the year, there's an announcement that this is coming.
Well, if we're gonna do it, if we're gonna do it for this fall,
Yeah.
Like we want all this,
yeah,
if we want, welcome back to school, and this is happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll need to
Okay.
coordinate, we'll need to track down the teachers on their summer break
Yeah.
and coordinate
Good
with
luck.
them. But I do think that,
Can we get a trip to Cancun?
an all expense paid self-guided walking tour of downtown Ocean on a rainy Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, again, I think there are some companies in town that might be interested in this, some of the
That's true.
yeah. So we'll reach out. So I will type this up and send it around, and then we can kind of see what it looks like all written out and kick the tires on it more in August, and then we can roll it out in September
Mhm.
and have our competition. And we'll see how it's received. Do we need to extend the deadline? We need to extend the deadline, and we'll go from there. But I think this is good, and I think it's gonna meet what has been a long identified need in town, is having a resource. Mary.
I just thought of somebody who should be on the judging committee, and if you're really stuck on having which is important, an odd number, I'll rescind my request for the man or citizen on the street. But I think we should have somebody who works on videos, who could judge the quality of the video also.
I don't know. I think that at this point we watch enough videos all day, every day, in every medium.
Quality.
I think that, yeah.
I've worked on video production before, Mary, so that could be my job.
He's a judge.
So I would nominate whoever said that to be the judge from the Environmental Commission.
Perfect.
So,
Something to put in the hopper, maybe for spring.
Mhm.
And we've done it with the Environmental Commission many, many years ago. My tree is bigger than your tree. And put that out to, say, the elementary school kids. Let them go out and give them some sort of idea of how to figure out how tall that tree is, and let's see if we could find the biggest one in town.
huh,
Cool.
that's interesting.
We could find the tallest and the widest.
Hmm.
Biggest diameter burst height.
Yeah.
But they're only this high.
Biggest third grader height. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. I think this is a good start to this. So, like I said, I'll write it out, send it around. We can weigh in comments, and then we'll revisit again at our August meeting. So, all right. Norm had to leave tonight, so we don't have any pending plans. But Julie, do you want to give the planning board update?
Oh. Oh, man. Do I just talk about the last meeting?
Yeah, you can just talk about the last decisions we made at our last meeting, because we had 3.
Yeah, so we approved the English Manor, they're doing some modernization of the exterior and changing the footprint a little. They're losing square footage, yet adding on square footage. I didn't know how that worked out, but it's all good. And then the next thing, we actually approved a subdivision in West Allenhurst, and there was only one tree coming down on it.
There were no trees coming down.
I think there was like one that was like just
They
like
were only subdividing. There were no proposed buildings. So as part of the subdivision removal of the home, no trees were coming down.
yes. So which is it's tough because you see something where neighbors come out and they're so upset. But it's like, would you prefer like a pickleball court, like a mansion and a
Right.
pickleball court and splashing pool, or
Or two small houses.
or two small houses, But so it's always, can't make everyone happy. And then what was the other one? Another subdivision?
Yeah, in Wanamassa,
Oh, and then another one, Wanamassa.
where residents came out to support the subdivision.
Wait, but do we ever go back and fact check, check her address? That just seemed so peculiar to me that she waited the full 3 hours to be like, I'm for this application, because we all thought obviously it was going to be the opposite. Because it was a 25 by,
Where's the subdivision? On William Road?
no, it's on Woodlock and North Wanamassa Drive.
Yeah. It's an L-shaped lot, and they had a house and a bungalow and on the one street frontage, so the dog leg of it was a yard, and they were going to subdivide it so that the dog leg was one lot, and then the corner and the bungalow was a separate lot.
But the most important question that I came here with tonight is, where is the new town hall going to be?
Oh, that open space to the right of the library. So when you're coming down Deal Road, where we dropped the chopper, remember the
Yeah.
black guy right there, right?
The meadow, yeah.
Yeah, the meadow.
Yeah, the meadow.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's where. Oh.
Yeah.
That is the current proposal.
Well, I saw the notice for the Rossi.
Yeah.
So I was just, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm.
No trees coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're building a new town hall?
Oh, boy.
Mary,
Sorry, Ed, sorry.
There is a proposal in its infancy to build a new town hall. This current facility is lacking in a number of respects that inhibits the proper functioning of municipal government. So there is a thought to build a new town hall that is very early on in the planning process. They haven't even gotten professionals, as far as I'm aware, for it. So
And they're gonna take down the meadow to build it.
potentially.
Oh,
Potentially.
we
Yes.
planted milkweed in
This
there for the,
Building,
I think the bees.
where Tinton Falls put up in Middletown did.
Middletown is crushing it. Whenever I have to go to Middletown Township website, they're the best. It's so good. Talk about AI. You type in an address, it's like, this is the zone it's in, these are the bulk requirements, this is the block and lot. Ocean, I can't even find the zoning map.
It's on the homepage.
I know, it is, the new website's much better.
Yeah, Ocean has always been difficult to find. Not
It's
in
much
children.
better.
Not as difficult as some other towns. Try
Oh,
finding
don't.
stuff on Deal's website.
I have one?
Oh, and then it's like, and see like the 800 amendments in a whole nother website.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, just,
So what's gonna happen to the current building? What are they gonna turn that into?
Well,
They're,
they'll let us sit here and rot like the school.
they're going, my understanding is that they're going to somehow refurbish the police station. So there will be a facility here. The police station's not going to move.
Oh, so that
That-
whole building.
again, this is all-
police station.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
boy, we're gonna have a lot more police if they take up that whole building.
well, now that we need to find all the people cutting down trees illegally, yeah.
Oh, my. Okay.
So I asked the planning and zoning department for a zoning board update, and I have some stuff to share. They have a whole slew of new cases coming up. They have one, we don't care because it's just a fence. Storage shed, don't care. A new 2-story addition on Dwight. A conversion of a garage to a kitchen on Elmwood. Another 2-story side addition. There's just,
Give us some more hardships.
there's nothing, there's
What about the billboards?
the last thing on the list were the 2 billboards. They are supposed to be heard at the next meeting on July 18th. They're
Who's
still,
representing that application?
it is Brian, and I apologize if I mispronounce his name, Chukowski. Yeah. But it's IAAT Services, and they're doing 2. One's block 34, lot 12, and the other one's block 182, lot 7.
Yeah, they're basically catty corner across the street.
Yeah. So they're going to be heard a week from today. So stay tuned. All right, next
Yeah, that
on.
one's gonna be with some history. 20 years ago, the Environmental Commission fought hard to get the ordinance passed.
Mm-hmm.
For
And
that.
now we have the
So,
ordinance
yeah,
for the
so,
Right. And Norm has written scathing reports
Yes.
on behalf of the EC to get sent over to them. So it is now in the zoning board's hands.
Got a scathing call from
For-
their lawyer.
wait, for once though, how funny was, his letter, his EC letter for the planning board on that, the subdivision. He's like, this is all it says for one.
Yeah. Well, there was another report for the car wash on 35 where we spent a whole lot of time talking about the size of the Ford F-150's turning radius and whether or not it could adequately turn into the
Oh,
thing.
man.
And so they redid all their designs with the extended cab variety factored in. Yep. They did. I know more about truck turning radiuses than I ever needed to. So I thank Norm for that. All right, Jack, what's going on with Sustainable Jersey?
No real new updates since the last meeting. On the schedule to talk to the township manager to see where we have harmonized on some new actions, but I have not had that meeting yet.
Okay. Let us know and what we can do to help. Lollipop Pond. So Lollipop Pond, we got wood chips donated to spread, and then there was a concern raised by some of the residents about the wetlands upper areas and whether or not we could be doing what we were proposed doing. So out of an abundance of caution, DEP was contacted, came out and took a look. They identified an area, and I was actually surprised by this. They identified an area near Maple where they think there are some wetlands that need an LOI, not where I was expecting them to flag anything. So I think I need to have a further conversation with Chairman Palutis and Greg Blash about being able to do work closer to there, because I mean, from Maple to where we're trying to start it's like 5 blocks. So if they only identify that corner for an LOI, then we should be able to put chips down on the existing trails that have been there for ever. So that project is moving along as well. We'll probably have another cleanup in the fall once there's less ticks and poison ivy.
Isn't Maple Bridge? Isn't that the bridge? So
Huh?
is that
Yep.
where the
Yeah.
wetlands is, right there?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Oh,
bridge
okay.
getting replaced?
Not that.
No,
not
there, we have like a
currently.
bike bridge,
But is there another bridge?
Yeah,
across
there's a-
there that's
it's-
getting, I thought I saw some.
Margie
Bridge.
Dunlin got
Some money
some
for
grant
that.
money,
Yeah.
yeah.
Weir. I call it a weir. It's more of a weir than a bridge.
Yeah.
But
Ramp.
retaining
That
wall.
bike bridge has been there for ever.
I love it. I run over it all the time. So stay tuned for updates on that. I don't have anything else on the chairman's report that we haven't covered already. You know, there's a lot going on at the state with climate change and flooding, and it's coming. We can be ahead of it and adapt or not. And I'm sure that we will be talking more about town hall in the coming months. That's
Ad nauseum?
ad nauseum. Yeah. So, anything else anyone have? All right. Well, then, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second? I'll give it to Andrew because you already got a couple tonight. So, all right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.